Have you ever noticed how some mornings you wake up and just don't feel quite like yourself? Not just tired, but off? Maybe it's that morning spark that's missing. You look in the mirror, and although your body's aging with grace, something's shifted. That quiet confidence you used to feel, especially when it came to intimacy, isn't as strong as it once was. And here's the strange part. You're eating healthier than ever. Lots of fruits, a light breakfast. Maybe even walking each morning. But your drive, your energy, that sense of power as a man needs slipping away. You're not alone. And the truth might surprise you. What if I told you that some of the healthy fruits you're eating first thing in the morning could be slowly draining your sexual health? Not because fruit is bad, but because the wrong fruits eaten at the wrong time can mess with your blood flow, hormone balance, and even your testosterone levels. Yes, really. I'm talking about everyday fruits that most people would never suspect. But after 60, your body works differently. What fueled your energy at 30 could now be dulling your performance and harming your confidence in this video. We're going to talk openly and honestly about the 7 fruits you should avoid eating for breakfast. If you're over 60 and care about your erections, your energy, and your masculine vitality, we'll also talk about why they have this surprising effect. And most importantly, what you can do instead, because the goal here isn't to restrict your life. It's to help you reclaim it. So let's start with something you've probably eaten many times before, thinking it was doing your body good. Bananas are often considered the go-to fruit, right? It's easy to peel, sweet, packed with potassium. But here's what most men don't realize. When you eat a banana by itself in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, it can lead to a sharp insulin spike. That rush of sugar wakes your brain up, but it also tells your body to pump out more insulin. And guess what insulin does? It suppresses testosterone. That's right, or very masculinity. Your drive, your blood flow, rely on keeping insulin and sugar balanced. A morning banana gives you the opposite, and that's not all. Bananas are also high in serotonin precursors. Serotonin is great in balance, but too much of it too early in the day can have a sedating effect. In plain terms, it makes you feel sluggish, even emotionally dull. Combine that with a sugar crash 2 hours later, and it's no wonder you're feeling tired, unmotivated, and disconnected by lunch. Now, let's move on to another sneaky culprit. Grapes. Grapes are small, sweet, and incredibly high in natural sugars. Most people think natural equals harmless, but after 60, your metabolism doesn't process sugars the same way. These tiny fruits flood your bloodstream with glucose almost instantly. That sugar high, it's followed by a crash, and during that crash, your blood vessels constrict, your energy dips, and blood flow suffers, especially down there. And if you're someone who eats grapes alone, maybe as a light morning snack or part of your fruit plate, what you're really doing is flooding your system with sugar without any fats or protein to slow it down. That causes oxidative stress, which isn't just bad for your arteries, it's directly harmful to the blood vessels that support a firm erection. See, erections aren't just about desire. They're about circulation, hormones, and vascular health. And the foods you choose in the morning set the tone for your entire day, your mood, your blood sugar, your hormone levels, and yes, your bedroom confidence. Let me share a story. One of my clients, Arthur, he's 67, used to start his day with a big bowl of mixed fruit. Bananas, grapes, melon, a little orange. It's made him feel healthy. But every afternoon, he was crashing. No energy, no interest in intimacy, and lots of frustration about how disconnected he felt from his partner. We made one small change. Switched his breakfast to include some protein, healthy fats, and removed those sugary fruits. Within 2 weeks, his energy was more stable, his mood lifted, and he told me this is, in his words, "I finally feel like myself again." That's what this is really about. Feeling like yourself again. Strong, energized, clear-headed, and connected, not just physically, but emotionally too. Let's talk about another fruit that can silently undermine your mornings: pineapple. Now, don't get me wrong, pineapple is delicious. It's packed with vitamin C, and that tropical flavor feels like sunshine on your tongue. But here's the kicker: pineapple is incredibly acidic. After 60, your digestive system becomes more sensitive to acidity, especially when your stomach is empty. When you start your day with pineapple, it can trigger inflammation in the gut and stomach lining. Inflammation anywhere in the body causes your system to work harder to find balance. And what does your body put on the back burner when it's inflamed? Reproduction. It's right, libido, hormone production. Sexual energy all take a hit. Not to mention, pineapple is also very high in sugar. That means it's hitting you with a double whammy: blood sugar spike and internal inflammation. And remember, when blood vessels are inflamed, favels less responsive and less effective at delivering blood where it needs to go. If you've noticed morning stiffness isn't what it used to be, inflammation could be one of the hidden culprits. The good news: you don't have to give up fruit entirely. You just need to know which fruits to eat, when to eat them, and what to pair them with to support, not sabotage, your sexual health. Sometimes, the solution is as simple as switching your timing. A fruit that's harmful first thing in the morning might be just fine after lunch when your body has already balanced blood sugar and hormones. It's not about eliminating pleasures, it's about aligning your habits with your body's natural rhythms, especially as you age. Let's pause here for a moment and reflect on something important. Many men over 60 start to believe that the changes in their sexual health are just part of aging, but there's nothing they can do about it, that it's all downhill from here. But that's simply not true. You have more control over your vitality than you think, and it often starts with these small, quiet habits like what you eat when you wake up, because the truth is, your body is still capable of joy, intimacy, desire, and connection, just like it always was. You just need to give it the right fuel. You don't have to chase your youth, but you can choose to support your manhood every single day with smart choices. And that brings us to our next surprising fruit mistake, one that many people think is a heart-healthy choice but can quietly work against your performance and confidence if you're not careful. Welcome back. Now that you know two of the worst fruits older men should never eat in the morning, especially if you're struggling with energy, stamina, or your love life, it's time to reveal fruit. #3. This one might shock you because it's considered extremely healthy, but for men over 60, the effects can be quietly harmful. Pineapple is juicy, tropical, and loaded with vitamin C. But here's the problem: it contains bromelain, which can thin the blood and lower testosterone levels when eaten in excess. If you're already on blood pressure or heart medications, which most men over 60 are, this combo can seriously mess with your hormonal balance, could even result in lower libido, weaker erections, and delayed arousal. Plus, pineapple is super acidic. When eaten in the morning on an empty stomach, it can irritate your gut lining, slow digestion, and create a bloated or sluggish feeling, all of which interfere with proper blood flow. In moderation, pineapple is fine. But I've seen many older men starting their day with pineapple smoothies or fruit bowls. That much acidity and sugar combined with medications can lead to hormonal disruptions, especially with testosterone and DHT levels. So, the takeaway? Pineapple is not your morning friend, especially not if you're already noticing changes in your performance or energy levels. Now let's move on to a fruit that's often called the breakfast energy booster. But in reality, it may be robbing you of your vitality after 60. Bananas, yes, bananas are convenient. But here's the ugly truth: no one tells older men they're extremely high in potassium and natural sugars, which might sound healthy, until you realize that too much potassium can interfere with nerve signals and muscle contractions, including those crucial for arousal and blood flow to your manhood. Worse, bananas contain tryptophan, a compound that increases serotonin, but can dull sexual desire and energy. This is especially true in older men whose testosterone is already in decline. I've seen older patients with sluggish libido and morning fatigue. When we dug into their diets, bananas were a daily habit. They spiked blood sugar, triggered insulin responses, and made things worse hormonally. So while bananas may be great for athletes, they're not great for men over 60 looking to feel like a man again. Next, we uncover a fruit that might actually reduce blood circulation to your lower body and could be silently killing your erections. Every single morning, stay tuned for fruit. It's a morning staple for millions, but it's slowly draining your masculine energy.